I think we all feel it right now, don't we? That kind of persistent hum of anxiety, maybe feeling a bit discouraged or, I don't know, sometimes even hopeless.
Yeah, it's definitely in the air.
It's just hard to escape everything happening globally, isn't it? The wars, economic uncertainty.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot. Or even just our own personal stuff piling up.
Right.
And our source material actually acknowledges that feeling right up front. But then it pivots. It offers something, well, pretty profound. A kind of roadmap to hope, purpose, and power in the end times.
Exactly. And that's really our mission today, is to unpack what that actually means.
Yeah.
The core message here is intended to remind you, the listener, that your identity, your purpose, your calling, it all still stands firm,
Yeah.
regardless of the chaos.
Okay.
So we want to highlight where you can genuinely find real peace and direction and strength. It all kind of hinges on this bold idea that, that you were born for this.
Born for this moment.
Yeah. And when the source talks about end times, it's maybe not just about a specific date on a calendar.
Right.
It seems to be more about an era, one defined by these really intense global challenges and maybe a greater sense of urgency for everyone.
Okay, so let's dive into that feeling then, that anxiety, that discouragement, because, like you said, of everything happening, the source validates it, calls out wars, economic uncertainty, and it mentions this spiritual confusion.
Right, spiritual confusion.
Which the source seems to describe as this widespread questioning of what people fundamentally believe. Maybe looking for meaning, but not finding it in the usual places. It can leave you feeling adrift.
And what's really striking, I think, is the immediate counter message the source presents. It's almost counterintuitive.
How so?
Well, despite all that chaos you just mentioned, there's this powerful assertion. You were chosen by Yah for such a time as this.
Yeah, referring to God in the Hebrew tradition.
Exactly. Often used to emphasize that personal covenant relationship. And it directly points to Esther 4.14.
Ah, Esther, yeah.
A classic example, right? Someone finding themselves in a unique position during a crisis. The source suggests this isn't just, a nice thought to make you feel better.
Okay.
It's presented as foundational. Like, your presence right now isn't some accident. It's intentional.
That idea, being chosen for such a time as this, it's really compelling. But let's be real for a second.
Sure.
For a lot of us, our sense of purpose feels so tied up in external things, right? Like our job or our relationships, a stable economy.
Of course. That's normal.
So how does the source material help us square that common feeling with this idea that our core identity, our purpose, our calling, it somehow stands firm no matter how much the world, shakes?
That's a great question. And it's compelling how the source tackles it. It talks about cultivating what it calls an inner anchor.
An inner anchor.
Yeah. The idea is for your purpose to hold steady when the world's spinning like crazy, it needs to be hooked onto something solid, something that doesn't shift with the tides.
Okay. Like what?
Well, think about it this way. If your whole sense of purpose is tied up in your job title, that feels pretty unstable if layoffs happen, right?
Definitely.
But if your purpose is tied more to, say, a core drive you have, maybe to create something or to help people or to solve problems,
right,
then even if the job changes or disappears, that deeper purpose is still there. It just finds a new way to express itself.
Okay, I see.
So this understanding, it provides that firm foundation for your sense of self. It suggests real stability isn't about everything around you staying the same, but about finding what remains unshaken within you.
That makes a lot of sense. It's a powerful distinction, and it links directly to another practical solution the source talks about.
Which is?
It states that Yahusha offers real peace, direction, and strength. And the source uses Yahusha, the Hebrew name for Jesus, right? Emphasizing his identity and ministry.
Correct. Highlighting that context.
But what does that actually look like? I know for you listening, trying to navigate the daily grind with all these challenges flying around, how does that translate into something tangible?
Yeah, it's presented as much more than just a nice idea. These are framed as tangible, accessible resources.
Okay, tangible how? Give me an example.
All right, so take economic uncertainty. Big one right now.
Huge.
Instead of it paralyzing you with fear, the source suggests this accessed peace allows you to maybe calmly look at your options, assess things clearly, and then that direction helps you pinpoint the next practical step. Maybe it's learning a new skill, maybe it's adjusting your budget, maybe seeking different opportunities. It's about proactive navigation instead of just reacting out of fear.
Right, being proactive.
Or think about personal struggles. We all have them.
Yeah.
This strength translates into finding the resilience to just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
To access in a reserve you might not even know you had. Even when the path forward is totally unclear,
Yeah.
it's about equipping you to actually confront challenges, not just grit your teeth and endure them.
Equipping you to confront. I like that. And that brings up resilience, like you said. Speaking of strength, the source also highlights this other really encouraging idea. The remnant is not forgotten. They are rising.
Ah, yes, the remnant.
Now, for someone listening who feels maybe really isolated right now or overwhelmed, that phrase, the remnant, might sound a bit, I don't know, exclusive, like it's only for some special chosen few.
That's a really important point to clarify.
Yeah. How does the source make sure this feels like an invitation, not, like some closed club?
Well, the concept of the remnant here, often in biblical terms referring to that faithful core group preserved through tough times,
Right.
it isn't really presented as being about exclusion. It's more about perseverance. Emergence.
Yeah. It paints a picture of a group whose purpose and power aren't actually diminished by all the adversity. In fact, they're being refined, maybe even becoming more prominent because of the challenges they're facing.
Okay, so the challenges actually shape them.
Exactly. And what's really compelling is how it speaks to this potential for a collective sense of purpose, a shared resilience that goes beyond just your own individual strength.
So community is part of it.
Definitely. It offers support, hope. It suggests that if you feel this kind of pull towards something deeper amidst all the chaos, chances are you were part of this emerging collective. You're really not alone in it.
That's encouraging. And to make these big ideas feel more real, less abstract, the source material points us towards some really great supporting insights.
Right. It grounds the concepts.
Yeah, it's not just theory. It seems to be about drawing on rich examples, stories that make these ideas concrete and easier to grasp, like finding the practical wisdom baked into the stories themselves.
Absolutely. And the source suggests a few key ways to reinforce these ideas. First, it highlights specific Bible verses.
Okay.
Verses that speak directly about being chosen, about being strengthened, about not needing to fear. These are meant as direct affirmations, anchors for your mindset when doubt creeps in.
Like mental anchors. Got it.
Then, and this is really powerful, it points to encouraging examples from the lives of biblical figures, people who actually navigated huge trials. It extracts these little nuggets of wisdom from their lives.
Okay, like who?
Well, Esther, for instance, we mentioned her. Her story isn't just chosen for such a time. It's about strategic positioning, courageous action when facing just overwhelming threats.
Right, she really stepped up.
She really did. Shows how purpose can be revealed and acted on in those high-stakes moments. Then there's Joseph.
Oh, Joseph. Betrayal, prison.
Exactly. His journey highlights how purpose and identity can hold firm through profound betrayal, false imprisonment, being completely forgotten.
Yeah.
He shows us how resilience develops, how you can become a source of wisdom and provision even after, well, immense suffering.
It's an amazing story.
And David. His life shows strength and calling through so many different kinds of adversity, facing giants, sure, but also leadership trials, even huge personal failures. His story really underscores depending on something bigger and how character develops through it all. That becomes the foundation for lasting purpose.
Character development. Okay. Anyone else?
Paul is another key example. His experience shows just incredible perseverance in his calling, despite constant external challenges, shipwrecks, persecution, you name it.
Yeah, he went through a lot.
He really did. Paul demonstrates how a clear conviction, that deep sense of purpose, can fuel this unwavering commitment, no matter what obstacles you face.
Wow, those are powerful examples.
And finally, the source also mentions, is sort of generally, drawing on supportive insights from trustworthy Christian or messianic sources, which is basically a nod to how external wisdom, theological reflection, can reinforce these core messages, give you additional perspectives, help you deepen your understanding and apply it.
Right, learning from others too.
Exactly. So when you pull all these things together, the verses, the life examples, the insights, they kind of coalesce, they define what it means to have an active, resilient purpose, even now. It connects right back to those initial anxieties we started with.
Okay, so wrapping this up a bit, what does this all really mean for you, the listener? It sounds like the core message is, despite all the external chaos, the wars, the economy, the confusion, and despite your own personal anxieties, your own struggles, there's this really powerful, clear message available.
Yeah.
You have individual purpose, you have an unwavering identity, and there's accessible strength you can tap into. It's quite a lot to take in, isn't it?
It really is.
This idea that we're not just, passive bystanders, but potentially vital participants, chosen even.
And if we really lean into that, if you, listening, were truly born for this specific time,
Yeah.
how might fully embracing that belief actually change your approach? Your approach to the very challenges, wars, economic uncertainty, personal struggle, the things that might be causing you anxiety or discouragement right now. It's a question worth sitting with, I think. What really shifts inside you when you start operating from that place of being chosen for this moment, not just in doing it, but actually being equipped, uniquely equipped, to respond to it?